However, I've grown a little and have slightly less voice cracks. For those who don't know me, I was diagnosed with CF when I was 18 months old. As an infant, my mother would kiss my forehead and she recounts a salty taste. During her time working at the CF clinic at Sick Kids before I was born, scary, right? She picked up a lot of the signs and symptoms to watch for. Excess salt in the sweat being one of them. My parents took me to get tested and surprised it came back positive. Ever since that moment, I've been on a concoction of different drugs and twice daily chest therapy in an effort to curb my symptoms and keep me as healthy as possible. The first of these daily regimens contained a fishy mask full of saline, taking lots of pancreatic enzymes before meals, and my parents' favorite, pat-pat, a chest physio technique that involved hitting my chest to physically break up the mucus. Throughout the years, this routine filled up as I needed to treat newly emerging complications. It got to its worst size-wise around age 8, where I would have enzymes, a mask, physio, then another mask, then a laxative, and a liter of water within an hour to go along with it, vitamin pills, and most of this was before and after school. My life and all of this changed though when I was 9. A new drug called Kalydeco or ivacaftor came out. This drug essentially reverses the issues of a specific mutation of cystic fibrosis. However, Kalydeco only works for 4% of the CF population. I was one of the lucky ones that it worked for. Within a week of starting Kalydeco, it worked wonders for me, and I had cut my therapy routine significantly, which freed me up to enjoy life and my childhood as a normal kid. Another favorite story my parents loved to tell was when I was first starting Kalydeco, we went on our yearly cottage trip, and we enjoyed our time down at the lake. My parents saw me sprint up to the cottage and said, "Mac, are you okay?" I had just been normalized and I was still on a laxative. I'm sure you can fill the rest. The revolution of Kalydeco has been amazing in my life. People have noticed a visible difference in old pictures of me from when I didn't have Kalydeco to when I did. Before Kalydeco, I'd be on 3 to 4 antibiotics 3 to 4 times a year, and after starting Kalydeco, I went 6 years before needing antibiotics again, and it was for a dog bite of all things. Kalydeco not only reduced my sick days and freed up my time on a daily basis, but gave me more energy and allowed me to be a normal kid. With all the newfound energy and the recent Blue Jays playoff run, I was compelled to sign up for my local baseball league. I excelled and ended up joining the select team on my first year. And I have loved baseball since the day I started, and I haven't looked back. I've competed for the last 2 years in Arizona on a scholarship at a junior college, and recently received a scholarship to play D1 baseball at North Dakota State University, who, by the way, just recently made the NCAA final tournament. And if all goes well, I will be attending and playing in the fall. I have generous donations from people like you and research studies to thank for opportunities. Not only are the opportunities I've received more than I could have dreamed, but my health is at an all-time high. I have had people who say I would have never guessed when I tell them I have CF. Doctors have shown my x-rays to the other doctors, say, "Guess what's wrong with these lungs?" And the doctors say, "Nothing." I am very thankful for my health, and I've gotten looks of pure surprise telling non-CF doctors that I have it. My health, my energy, my scholarship, my future was all made possible by breakthrough treatments and generosity of people like you. But we're not done yet. Trikafta now helps around 90% of people with CF. That is an incredible increase. But it also means 10% are still waiting for their miracle. That's why donations like yours matter so much. You're not just giving money, you're giving life. You're giving someone a chance to breathe easier, to play sports, to live longer, and to dream bigger. I'm standing here today not as someone with CF, but as someone who got a second chance at a full life. This isn't just my story, it's a story about what support makes possible. Every dollar raised is another story like mine. Another child with a chance to play sports, another team with hope for the future, and another family who gets to watch their kid grow up. So, from the bottom of my lungs, thank you. And let's keep it going. Let's make that 90% into 100%.